Everyone loves good artwork on their Blu-ray and 4Ks, guys, and it's time to unveil my top 10 favorite Blu-ray 4K cover art. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Mid-Level Media channel. I am Ken, and I'm here to unveil my top 10 horror cover arts for my Blu-ray 4K collection. And I have a lot of amazing cover art and different cover variants, and from boutique collectors like Scream Factory, Arrow, regular 4K covers, all kinds of awesome stuff. But really, to be honest, most of my really awesome covers are horror movies. So it is the month of October, it is the spooky season, so I did want to consolidate it down to just horror covers. So I'm going to be giving you my top 10 favorite horror covers of the Blu-ray and 4Ks that I own. Now, this isn't necessarily saying these are the best transfers or the best movies. These are strictly the best covers, the best presentation for the Blu-ray and 4Ks that I own. And I have a lot of amazing ones right here, guys. And I tried I tried to get some variety in here because Scream Factory, everybody knows Scream Factory does amazing cover art on their collector's editions and stuff like that. Everybody knows that. Arrow does amazing cover. I tried to bring in a variety of stuff to not just have a bunch of Scream Factories in here. But to be honest, it kind of comes down to a lot of Scream Factories, a lot of Arrows, because those are all kind of like my favorites. So I had to pick those. If you are not yet a subscriber to the Mid-Level Media channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I do all kinds of great, amazing content centered around the world of physical media. I do Blu-ray hunts. I do weekly physical media updates. I do collectors videos, my Blu-ray hauls for the month. I did my entire DVD collection, which you can go check out a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, guys, let's get into it, and let's get into my number 10 favorite Blu-ray cover, and that is coming from Scream Factory, and this is a Christmas horror movie called Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, if anybody hasn't seen this movie before, the movie's not great. It's pretty cheesy. It's pretty campy. This cover is beautiful. It's gorgeous. When this came out, I was like, I had to have this. It's just such amazing cover art. The sequel actually has great cover art too, but I don't own it yet. Just the image of him in the Santa suit with the Christmas lights in the background. Amazing cover art. I love it. Let's go ahead and take it out of the slipcover here. This is the old school VHS cover art, or the poster that came out. But great artwork on the discs as well. You know, I got to show you my disc artwork. I love the disc artwork. Let's go ahead and flip this around. The cool thing about Scream Factory is they always have the different variants, or they have the ability to, you know, flip the things around. So right there, the same cover art on that. Yeah, I just love it, with the Christmas tree and the lights in the background, all the dead bodies at the floor of the tree. You got the main character standing there in the Christmas suit. I'm trying to remember his name. Billy, that's his name. But yeah, who doesn't love this cover? This is an amazing cover, and it gets me in the Christmas mood, gets me in the Christmas spirit every year. Next one up, guys, this is a regular 4K cover that was released by Paramount. This was a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. The movie came out a couple of years ago, but this is called Overlord. And this is just a regular 4K cover, but I love the variant on this because this is a special. I love when they do this. And they don't do it often, but when they release Blu-rays and 4Ks of a movie that was theatrically released, or a big budget movie or whatever, usually the 4K and the Blu-ray are the same covers. They just have one of them has the 4K at the top, one of them has the Blu-ray. Every now and then they'll do special exclusive 4K covers for movies, and this is one of those cases. This one had an exclusive cover, which was everybody parachuting out of the airplane, but the parachutes kind of look like blood splatters as well. It's a really cool design on this one. I'll zoom in on it just so you can get a better look. The movie itself is really great too. I love Overlord. It's awesome. It has one of the best opening sequences in any film that I remember in recent memory. And as far as like zombie films, which is, I would kind of classify this as a zombie film, it's probably one of the best ones that's ever been made, in my opinion. But yeah, Overlord, great movie, great cover on this one. Love this artwork. Let's move on to my number 8, and this was a recent pickup. This is also a Shout Factory Scream Factory, and this is a steelbook, and I believe the only steelbook that I have that I'm showing off in this collection, and that is Halloween 2. I love this image. I've said it numerous times since I bought it a couple of weeks ago. This is just a complete fire image, a literal fire of Michael Myers emerging from that hospital room right after Dr. Loomis blows him up. He's got the blood coming out of his eyes where he shot him in his 2 eyes. And yeah, awesome awesome artwork on this one. I love this artwork, and as soon as I found it at FYE for 15 bucks, I had to have it because I've always been a huge admirer of this artwork, but just never pulled the trigger because I didn't want to pay 30 bucks for Halloween 2. But yeah, awesome artwork. Love this artwork. Let's take off this J card and we can look at the back real quick and see if there's any, because on the back you have Laurie Strode, you know, just kind of hiding behind that sink in the hospital room. And let's see what they got going on inside. There's a little bit, there's some, you don't know what death is on the inside. The artwork on the discs is pretty cool as well. Let me take those out and see if there's anything behind them. I don't know if there is. Nah, there's nothing behind them. But you know, I thought I'd check for you guys, give you the full scope of this release. So yeah, that's my number 8 right there. My number 7 is also Scream Factory. I know, Scream Factory is gonna take this whole show, but I really tried, guys. I really tried to get some other stuff in there. Creepshow. This is one of my, if not my favorite horror anthology movie. Really well done, really well put together horror anthology. Kind of goofy, campy film, but I love the cover art on this. It perfectly displays all the different 5 movies within this one movie. Directed by George Romero, written by Stephen King. You actually have Stephen King right there. He plays in one of the short films about the grass, the moss that's taken over his house, and he's got the plants and stuff growing all over him. You have the happy birthday head with the cake on top. You got the Wolf Man. You got Ted Danson as the sea creature. Leslie Nielsen, Ted Danson one that's in there. And yeah, you got this iconic image of the skull that shows up in the kid's bedroom at the beginning of the film in the background. So I love this cover. I love this movie. Let's look at the back. There's some cool artwork up there in the corner of the zombie that's coming out of the grave. And we'll go ahead and take this out and I'll show you guys the little booklet that comes inside of it because it's cool. This is a really awesome release. It's been on sale several times for like 17 bucks. So if you ever see it go on sale on Amazon or anything, pick it up because this release is worth it. This booklet is just, I love it when they're like really hard, just leather bound feeling booklets. This is the original poster artwork on this. Let's flip it and actually that might be the Scream Factory. This one's kind of unique. I think that's the original poster art. Now the one that I had that flipped is like the comic variant cover, which is unique from a Scream Factory because this has 2 reversible cover arts inside of one that's not the same as the cover. And Scream Factory doesn't always have that. Usually one of them will be the same as the cover art on the slipcase. So that's actually pretty cool. My number 6, and this one's awesome. We're going to Criterion now, which there's a few of those in here as well, is Silence of the Lambs. I love this movie. It's one of the best thriller, horror movies, crime, whatever you want to call it. It's a horror movie to me, but awesome image of that butterfly on the cover with kind of some blood splatters and Silence of the Lambs. I love the font work on that. Let's zoom in and take a look at it. Great artwork on this one. And then when you open it up and you flip this out, you have a cool image of the moth there as well. Moth or butterfly, whatever it is. Look inside, you got some cool disc art. I love this release. Tons of great special features as well. So that is my number 6. All right, my number 5, guys, and we're going back to Scream Factory because, of course, Scream Factory, they just had, and this might be, let me look. This is the last Scream Factory that I have. So I only included 4. 4 out of 10 were Scream Factories in this top 10. My number 5 is Drag Me to Hell. Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell. I love this Scream Factory. This is actually my favorite Scream Factory cover, I guess, apparently. Such great cover artwork. Has the image of the girl being dragged to hell with the flames in the background. That is just gnarly and rad as hell. It's like an old school 80s metal cover on like a vinyl album or whatever. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, I'm kind of weird in which I keep the stickers on all of my slipcases, so that's why that's still there, covering up some of the image. But let's look at, right here you have the original cover, the poster artwork. Right there you have, I like when Scream Factory puts their cover artwork on the disc themselves. That's awesome. Let's flip this around. There we go. And it has the cover art on there as well. So awesome movie, directed by Sam Raimi. Awesome cover art. Yeah, love this Scream Factory cover art. That's my number 5. Let's go on to my number 4, and I just recently got this. This is from Synopsis Films. It's a 4K title, and this is a movie that I'm slowly coming around on. Each time I watch it, I enjoy it more, and that is Dario Argento's Suspiria. Cover art is gorgeous. This movie is gorgeous. Like this, it's such an incredibly visually stunning work of art. Like this movie just, it feels like a work of art when you're watching it. Perfectly displayed on this cover. This is the first kill of the movie, not to spoil the movie, but this kill on the front, the girl hanging from the rooftop with, you know, she's been stabbed and stuff like that, blood dripping everywhere. Just such perfect cover art to have on this cover, and I love this. I've been in love with this cover from the moment I saw it. I think it was released last year, but it took me a little bit to pull the trigger on it because it was like $40 or something, and I waited till it dropped to about $30, and then I pulled the trigger and bought it because I just had to have it in my collection. I love it. It's beautiful. This movie is gorgeous. Like I said, I'm slowly coming around on the movie. Each time I watch it, it gets better for me. But yeah, this cover, you can't take anything away from it. This is my number 4 cover in my collection as far as horror movies. Let's go to number 3, guys. And this is a movie that I don't think is the classic that everybody claims it to be. Maybe I'll love it if I watch it again, but I watched it for the first time last year, and I thought it was okay. But this cover, yeah, I'm freaking in love with this cover. It's amazing. I love the way they did this cover. Night of the Living Dead from Criterion. This came out, I think, in 2018. This is actually the first Criterion that I bought, I remember, because I saw the cover. I was like, man, that's gorgeous. I have to get that. And that was when I was first starting to get into collecting. It might have actually been 2017 that I purchased this, maybe. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous cover. All the characters from the movie on the front with the hands reaching in at them. Which is kind of funny because they're all like very zombie-like hands, but nobody in this movie actually looks like a zombie. They all just look like regular people that are walking around with their hands up. But yeah, incredible cover. I love this cover so much, especially I think the black and white aesthetic adds so much more to it. But when you take it out of the actual case, right there, adds a whole lot more to the cover art. You actually have more of the zombie. Again, these look very much like zombies in this artwork. They don't look like that in the movie. But awesome release by Criterion. So let's put this back in there. So my final 2 that I'm getting ready to get to, I've talked about ad nauseum. Like every time I bring them up, I'm like, these are my favorite covers. I'm so excited for these covers. They both came out last year. In 2019, I think maybe like a month apart from each other. They weren't very far apart from each other as far as release date. Might have been the same month, actually. Number 2 is this 4K from Warner Brothers, and that is The Shining. This is my second favorite movie, or horror movie of all time. The first being The Exorcist. I need an Exorcist 4K. God, what are you guys doing? Put The Exorcist out in 4K, for God's sakes. This cover is awesome. I can't get over it. The silhouette image of Jack Torrance with the axe, with the hotel in his body. The reds, the use of reds in this cover, the blood dripping from the axe. Everything about this cover I love. It's freaking fantastic. And there's no like variant cover arts in this because, like I said, it's just a regular 4K release. But I had to have this. I felt completely in love with it. A lot of people bought the Steelbook. I thought about buying both because I'm such a fan of the movie. I wasn't a huge fan of that Steelbook, the way it was laid out, like the hedge maze and stuff, and the yellow. I didn't think the yellow... When I think of The Shining, I don't think of yellow. I think of red. I think of green. I don't think of yellow. So I didn't get that Steelbook, but this, definitely one of my favorite cover art images on one of my Blu-rays and 4Ks. It might even be, if I did my favorites just overall, this one and my number 1 just might take my top 2 spots anyway, horror or not. I love this cover. So let's get into my number 1, guys. I brought this up all the time on this channel. I have an unboxing in the very early days of Mid-Level Media. I mean, if you go all the way back to like October of last year when I was first starting up this channel and trying to figure out how to do videos and stuff, I did an unboxing of this. And yeah, this is definitely my favorite release that I own in my collection, and that is the American Werewolf in London Arrow video box set. This cover art is completely amazing. Let's zoom in on that. You have that werewolf image in the front, that actually what he looks like in his full transformation form. You have the 2 lead characters on the front. You actually have an image at the bottom of him slowly transforming, which is completely awesome. You have the full moon, you have the slaughtered lamb, the tavern that they go to in the beginning of the film. You have his girlfriend up there. so much in this poster. Even between them, you have them walking with their backs turned into the field where they both get attacked. I love it. You turn on the back, you have that star that was in the Slaughtered Lamb Cafe. Let's take this out right here. So we have just the original poster artwork. If you flip this around, you're going to get that same cover artwork that's on the poster. But yeah, we have a poster of it as well. I need to get this framed now that I'm in the framing mood and I put up my Friday the 13th poster and everything. But yeah, this cover, man, is everything. It's my favorite in my entire collection, horror or not. And like I said, like most of my great covers are horror movies. So it probably wouldn't even make sense if I went back and just did my favorite covers, because a lot of these would be in it as well. I love all of these. And this is my favorite in my entire collection. It's an amazing cover. Arrow did such a spectacular job on this cover, so I love it so much. Completely awesome. And with that, guys, we have completed my top 10 Blu-ray 4K cover art images. I appreciate you guys watching. What are your favorite images? What are the favorite Blu-ray 4K images that you all own? Leave that in the comments below. And who knows, you might think of something that I left out that I might be like, oh shit, I should have included that one. Let's have a conversation about cover art, because it's the most underrated thing about all of these releases. You know, everybody wants to watch the movie. Everybody's concerned about special features. I love the cover art. I love the aesthetic. I love the way it looks on the shelf. To me, like, that's up there as like second important behind just owning the movie, of course. But yeah, I love cover art and images, and I appreciate you guys watching and indulging me in this special video right here. But like I said, leave some comments down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.